Order up.
Welcome to Overproof. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today on the show, we have Johnny G joining us from Suntory. He is the head of advocacy.
Sure.
But I'm going to let you jump into a little bit more about your role and explain what that means to our audience.
G'day everyone. My name's John Galliot Sartos. I'm more affectionately known as Johnny G. I have the absolute pleasure of being able to run our advocacy strategy for Suntory Global Spirits. What does that mean? It means that I have the blessing of really working with some of the most talented ambassadors that we have here in Oceania. A lot of them you'll know throughout the industry. We have representation across James BBD Still & Co. We have Maker's Mark Diplomat with Ree Lucas, and Alice Newport is our JB Distilling Co. Ambassador. A new hire for us is Nat Ning, who's just joined us as the House of Suntory Ambassador as well. And then we also have peppered throughout the country. We have a state ambassador who looks after full portfolio with Ella in New South Wales, Callum up in Queensland, Mitch over here in Perth, and also Kevin Griffin, who does our Victoria and Tas. And for those listeners over in New Zealand, we'll hopefully in 2026 be recruiting a locally based ambassador down in New Zealand as well.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Something I'm really, really proud of in terms of Suntory. There's no hiding it. A lot of other brands and a lot of other companies have decided to really scale back on their advocacy agenda and the way that they invest. Advocacy is a real core part of who we are as Suntorians. So while other suppliers are pulling back, we are doubling down. So I think I probably have the biggest advocacy team in Oceania. So that's something I'm super proud of.
And can you explain what you are doing in terms of advocacy at Suntory?
Yeah, sure. I've been in the role for now about a year. So one of the exciting things that we're doing with advocacy is not only telling the stories and curating the drinks that really send vibrancy throughout the hospitality industry, but one of the things that we're really excited about is bringing back Club Suntory.
And what is Club Suntory?
So Club Suntory is the OG of advocacy programs. It started back in 1986 in Melbourne, and there are, like bartenders that we are, a few like-minded individuals who just essentially hung out with each other and created their club, where they would be educated, they would run cocktail competitions, and this was a very start of what was a massive community with Club Suntory. So like I said, it started in 1986. It was really fun and engaging, and it was like, didn't take ourselves too seriously. We're a bartending community. We want to learn, and it's all based around Japanese principles of hospitality, or we call it omotenashi, but it's really about the service industry. When Beam came into the picture, Suntory purchased Beam Global in 2014. That's when Club Suntory turned into what is famously known as The Blend, a multi-award-winning program. But at the very bones of The Blend was Club Suntory. We decided to call it The Blend, obviously, with our Eats Meets West culture and the blending of those two cultures. But now in 2025, this is our first year. We kicked off in March of this year. Club Suntory's back, and with such gusto and energy that what I'm really excited about when I talk about Club Suntory is some of the real big pillars of our industry started their careers off at Club Suntory. So when I talk about Club Suntory, there's an amazing nostalgia saying, that was my first ever bartending competition. So you have these managers, people who are managers of their own establishments or groups these days, are really on board with what Club Suntory is. And because we have a new generation now, right, of bartenders, so who would never have heard of Club Suntory. So I'm really excited to be able to be the driving force behind bringing that really engaging advocacy program back to Oceania and watch this space, but hopefully the world.
Cool. What are some tangible things that Club Suntory does to engage with their community or create their community?
I think fundamentally the most important thing behind Club Suntory is its inclusivity. I keep on talking about us versus other advocacy programs to really get an understanding of who we are and what's core to our identity. So Club Suntory is not insular, and I do refer to other advocacy programs as insular, being if you're not at the right bar or if you're not the right person, sometimes you don't get spoken to. That's not what the DNA of Club Suntory was ever about. It was about everyone is welcome. So whether you work in the city or whether you work regionally, whether you're female or male, or you come from a different cultural or diverse background in terms of sexual orientation, everyone is welcome at our table, and we highly, highly encourage everyone to come into Club Suntory. That's what brings the richness of our hospitality industry to life. So first and foremost, we are about inclusivity, not insular. And when we do have our competitions, we expect to see a range demographics. And to cater for that, the big difference between us and other advocacy programs is we have a tiered approach. So we understand that not every bartender is at that same level. So we have our top tier, where we call them our Monozukuri masters. They're those influencers who have, really well equipped with bar competitions. They generally can tell us more about our brands because they have like a wide category knowledge of whether it be Japanese or American whiskey or Scotch whiskey. So they're our Monozukuri masters, and the way that we talk to them, the way that we train them has to be fundamentally different to the other layer underneath.
Yeah.
The middle layer, we call it Club Omoroi. So Omoroi in Japanese means it. There are many translations, but the one that I resonate with is like it's a touch of crazy. It's about it's about pushing the boundaries. And what I love about Omoroi, and these are people who we all, these are the bartenders who like to push the boundaries of what our liquids can do, right? So these are the fat washers and the guys who are carbonating, and just this really enthusiastic group of people who love bartending competitions. The way that we educate and train these group of people is more through that experiential and emotive sort of way, where they're learning a brand new technique, or we're taking them to a farm to table kind of experience to really get to the bones of what our brand can do for them. Mm-hmm. And then at the very beginning of their journey is what we refer to as our newcomers and new frontiers, or Yataminahare. And I know I'm throwing a lot of Japanese terms out there, which, we'll all acclimatize to, but Yataminahare is actually the call cry of our founder, Shinjiro Tori. So Yataminahare is an essence or a feeling of being bold and just really going for it. Nat Ning, I've heard often talk about the Australian colloquialism would be to give it a crack, right? But, you can't really speak to people who either are new to the industry or, may not have ever seen a brand ambassador or come to an event before, the same way that you would with someone who is a really well-established bartender. So we really take that into account when designing our platforms, designing our programs or our cocktail competitions, to make it a really inclusive, fair and equal playing field for everyone.
Cool, that's really interesting. I haven't seen, I don't want to badmouth anyone, but I haven't seen any other brands treating it in that same way.
Yeah. Look, I've been the grey beard might give my age away, but I've been around for a long time. So, I've had the joy of working with a number of brands throughout my 20 plus year career, and working on other advocacy programs, and, always, watching from outside in and thinking, wow, I wish I could do that a little bit more different. But now I guess it's our turn as Suntory Global Spirits to be able to create an environment where we really do mean everyone is welcome. And look, I'm really fortunate that Suntory has, like I said, it's part of our DNA. So we do invest in the right way to be able to because it's a reality, right? Like not every brand can invest the way that we do in terms of the number of people, or the number of programs, or the number of training sessions that we do. So that allows us to really have a conversation, and then also digitally as well. So social media is a big thing these days, and the way that we communicate to our community via social platforms is very different to when I first started 20 years ago, when social media wasn't a thing, right? So we've had to evolve, we've had to grow to meet the needs of our community.
And how can bartenders, bar owners, bar staff, how can they get involved in Club Suntory?
It's really simple. Like I said, everyone's welcome. So if you go to club.suntory.com, so club.suntory.com, You can join up. There's no criteria because everyone's welcome. As part of that, what that gives you access to is all of our training and education. It allows you to, when we have open calls for, a Maker's Mark session or a Jim Beam session, we'll advertise that on our Club Suntory website. It also gives you access to our cocktail competition, like I said, where there are different tiers for you to engage in. Mm-hmm. And throughout the year, we like to throw an event or two because, we're a fun industry. Anyone that might have been to one of our Canadian club bad sweater parties.
I had a sweater all picked out and I forgot it today. I was going to wear it in anticipation.
That's okay. But we throw some pretty good shindigs, and we have an amazing one towards the end of the year, which we won't tell too much, but just think green.
Okay.
It won't spoil the surprise. But part of Club Suntory, we did throw a very special ball. That again, we'd love to see everyone in the community come help celebrate what it means to be a bartender, or not even a bartender. Hosts, barbacks, chefs, we invite everyone into our community.
Cool, amazing. And very key question, just so that we're clear with everybody who wants to be involved, mm-hmm. Is there a cost to be involved? It's all free?
Zero cost, free of charge.
Love that.
Yes.
Amazing.
I mean, times are tough, right? In the economic crisis where we're currently living, it's challenging. So membership fees to be able to join a community where we want to reward through knowledge. And I think a very core fundamental thing behind us at Suntory is we are very much guided by Japanese principles. And one of the things I would really love for all of your listeners to really understand about who we are is, while we talk about Yataminahare spirit, which is really going for it, one of our core principles or values as a business is that we want to give back to society. And when you give back, you don't ask for something in return. That's really fundamental. We give back because it's the right thing to do. It's our absolute honor to be able to train you and your staff and management just because you do range our product, not because if you, then I, right? So because you range our products, it's our honor to be able to come in and really talk to you about our brands. And, you might not know a lot of our brands. So hopefully that inquisitive nature of bartenders will allow us to have more conversations about more of our products, but it's not, based on, if you do X, then we will come in and train. That's not what we're about.
Yeah, cool. I just wanted to make that very clear.
Yeah,
so that
absolutely.
More people can get involved. And then you guys are also doing something really exciting.
Yeah.
But you're involved in an event in New Zealand next weekend, New Zealand BarCon or NZ BarCon.
Yep.
And you are hosting 4 or 5 events all up.
Yeah, we are.
You're getting really involved this year.
Yeah, I'm 2 feet in, right? And I think at the end of the day, Club Suntory will be in New Zealand in 2020. We've specifically not led with Club Suntory this year. We'll have our big expose when it comes to 2026, and we'll recruit and invite as many people as we can into the club. But you can still join, just for everyone over in New Zealand. This year, like you said, we've decided to really invest within BarCon. We really believe in BarCon. I'm fresh off the plane, to be quite honest, coming from Tails.
Yeah.
I spent last week over at Tails in New Orleans, which is like the mecca of bartender gatherings, right? So, and it was really important for me to see that connectivity that, things like BarCon bring to our community. And the power and scale that us brands can help elevate those experiences. So we're doing some amazing stuff. We have some symposiums where everyone can come down to BarCon, really understand about who we are as a business and the products that we have within our portfolio. Sometimes you might not know, I didn't know that they had that whiskey, or I wasn't sure that there was a Japanese liqueur, for example. So it gives us an opportunity to connect with the community. And then we're hosting some really amazing events. So I have all of my national ambassadors come across the ditch to be able to host some amazing sessions in collaboration with some of the best restaurants and partners in New Zealand. Kicking right off at the top, so we have a nature as the maker session with Maker's Mark, partnering with a really key venue in New Zealand. Some of you might know them from being judges on MasterChef with Ben Bailey and at Origine. So I'm really, really excited about this because when you come to one of our events, we try to give you a really 360 immersive understanding of what it means to be Maker's Mark, We are so proud of this brand, which is a B Corp certified brand. So our ambition with Maker's Mark is to give back more to nature than we remove from it. So but I don't do it as much justice as Ree Lucas does. So get on down, come and experience it. So not only are we in this amazing venue, which has that French influence, but a lot of products from Aotearoa. So hopefully I haven't mucked that up for the New Zealanders. But we're also shipping over Giacomo from Charlie Parker's, who is going to run a fermentation masterclass. We've also partnered with Jess Baker from Bees Up Top. So a really amazing institution that is bringing bees back into urbanized, areas. So up on the restaurant on the roof, you'll see the honey hives, and you'll be able to grab some of that honey, see how we use it within cocktail making. So there's not only is that sustainability, beautiful environment, fantastic people as well. And we have our bee element, which is so important to us. We have our fermentation, and then we leave it with a piece de resistance with the amazing Ree. So Ree is a phenomenal whiskey expert. She's one of very few people sitting for her whiskey masters as well.
Oh.
You'll notice all of my ambassadors, especially in the whiskeys, all women, which are something I'm really proud of, with Ree, Alice, and Nat now leading the agenda on all things whiskey. So you'll do a cheeky little tasting at the end of the day as well. So we have a few spots available. I think we're catered for 40. So please, anyone that's not out there that hasn't registered, please do so. You can register on club.suntory.com, or if you go to the NZ Embarcon website, there are links towards to our events.
And I think I just want to stress with this event, it's not just a tasting, like there's so much more to it.
Oh, 100%.
Than just doing like a whiskey tasting. You guys who do come along are going to get so much out of it, more than just trying whiskey, also amazing and really fun, but there's so much more that you're going to learn and take away from it as well.
Yeah, I mean, the whiskey tasting is the simple bit, right? We get to talk about our brands passionately every single day, but for us and for your community, it's really about what are you taking away from us? Yeah. What is that life skill or understanding that you can take on as part of your day-to-day job? So that's what we're really excited. So that's Maker's Mark. In terms of House of Suntory as well, we're partnering with a cool little vinyl Japanese restaurant that you may have heard of, Kumuri Hi-Fi, downtown. So we've got DJ V down there and JC as well, who are the owners, and with over 50 years of experience, they know great food, great music. So what better collaboration to do with House of Suntory than with these guys? So we're really honored to be able to partner with them. What can everyone expect when they come down? So we're doing something really special. So we are focusing on Toki meaning time. Nat will take everyone through a deconstruction of our liquid. So we have separate components that actually make up Toki that are generally, we don't sell them independently. You'll see how those amazing 3 liquids that make up Toki come in perfect harmony to create what the final product of Toki is. And then as part of that whole experience, for every bartender out there, we've all had some pretty crap highballs in our time, right? Martinis and highballs are probably the 2 hardest cocktails to be able to perfect because of their simplicity, right? Nat will take us all through a masterclass behind the perfect highball. And when she breaks it down, you'll go, oh my God, it really does make sense. But there's nothing worse than having a highball that is either too flat or, overly diluted, or maybe too heavy, too boozy. Do you know what I mean? So creating that perfect harmony, we call it monozukuri, that craftsmanship, is core to this execution. So, and some pretty cool tunes in the background as well, and a great number of people to be able to associate and network. And if anything, this is a really good opportunity for everyone to network with each other and to meet like-minded people from all parts of New Zealand. And I hear there's a couple of Aussies coming down as well. So that's really exciting. And then our wonderful Alice Newport, she'll be hosting a session for everyone, really getting into an amazing product that we have been waiting so long for with Jim Beam's 7-year-old. So if you've met Alice, and if you haven't met Alice, you've definitely heard Alice. She is a powerhouse when it comes to all things American whiskey.
Yeah.
She is the queen of small batch, the queen of American whiskey, and certainly the queen of Jim Beam down here. We're going to put a cute little fun lunch for everyone, you know. Again, if you know Alice, the one thing that she loves to do is entertain, and her hospitality is second to none. She's almost like the mother goose of my team, to be quite honest. She's always thinking about everyone else. So highly anticipated session with Alice. Again, it's going to be at a vinyl bar, so expect a little bit of cool music in the background. Again, anyone that hasn't had the opportunity to put their hand up to attend the sessions, please do so. Like, don't waste any time because they're filling up quick. Bartenders, God bless you all, but we all leave it to the very last minute, don't
every
we?
Time. It's so frustrating.
You know, it's just like, do you have space? Yeah, we do. And then the next minute you click, it's just like, we're sold out. But definitely, and please do get in contact with any of our ambassadors, with Nat Ning on House of Suntory, Ree, or Alice when it comes to all things Jim Beam. We would love to see you. We would love to host you. We would love to entertain you and for you to learn about our amazing liquids. But it doesn't end there. As a bit of a thank you, we've decided that this year we are throwing a CC Bad Sweater party as well.
I'm so excited for this.
Yeah. So, you know, we'll all be merched up, teaming with a theme, and just having a really good vibe, right? Like that's what Club Suntory is all about. It's really bringing the vibes, bringing that connectivity back to the community, and just giving everyone an opportunity to, in a relaxed environment, socialize and connect with some amazing liquids, right?
Yeah.
It would be remiss for me to actually not give a massive shout out to the New Zealand team. So we have amazing brand managers down here on the Long White Cloud. They're the ones who facilitated and pulled all of this together. So I won't take any of that shine off them. New Zealand is a very, safe place with these guys at the helm. Yeah. They know how to throw a party. I mean, look at the stuff that we do at Jim Beam down in New Zealand, and yeah, it's just phenomenal. So if you want a good time, come to one of our events. We'd love to have you there.
Yeah, I am so excited. These events are going to be such a great opportunity for everyone to learn and then also just let loose and have a bit of fun, because we all need some positive energy. If it's anything like last year, you guys do not want to miss out, honestly.
I mean, that's what these gatherings are about, right?
Yeah.
Like we need to be penciling it in our diary every single year as like, this is where I need to be every single year, making sure that, number one, we turn up for the community and we support the community, but it's an opportunity for us to network. It's an opportunity for us to learn. So I'm all for these kind of gatherings, you know. So if you're a manager out there, make sure your staff are getting like, let's host appropriately and make sure we've got the right number of people in our bars. They're during the day as well. So hopefully, we can afford. It's not even afford. It's an investment in your bar's future to be able to come to these kinds of gatherings. So yeah, super excited about it.
Yeah, so excited. We have, 7 days?
And counting.
Counting down from 7 days now till we are kicking off.
I think Sunday is like the symposiums when they all kick off and everyone gets to come and experience. And again, it's not just us as Suntory, but all the other different suppliers as well. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. We are really community focused, and like, while we do want you to come past and say good day to us and say good day to me and learn more about what we do at Suntory, that's where everyone's gathering to understand about the different suppliers.
Hey, thank you so much for sitting down with me to talk about this.
My pleasure.
And I do just want to shout out that he said he'd fresh off the plane, but literally fresh off the plane, ran back to the hotel and then came straight here after flying from America. So that is commitment to the role.
I mean, anything for our community, right? Like, I really do believe in what you're doing, and thank you so much, because we need more voices. We need more voices in our community talking about diversity and what we do, like bartending. I mean, our hospitality industry, it's come a very long way in the last couple of years, right? So for all those serious professionals, or even those weekend stick shifters, right? So please, come down to BarCon and be part of the family, I guess.
Yeah.